Hello, friends. How are you? I'm so sorry I'm late. My computer told me I had to reconnect something. anyway, we're all good now. I am here with you live. How are you? Some of you might be going through a little bit of like a conundrum because if you've been hanging around with me, if you've shopped with me this past year, if you're a Team Stick member, you'll know that I have a virtual VIP new product party going on in another Facebook group. And so it launched right now at 9 a.m. We've got a bunch of different demonstrators showcasing new products. So you may be in a conundrum because you might want to watch the kickoff presentation there. My buddy Jennifer Cotton is presenting the Gingerbread Man Suite. But I thought, well, I don't want to cancel my video because I'm trying to be super consistent about going live on Tuesday mornings. So here I am. So don't worry. Whether you chose, maybe you're watching this replay because you chose to watch the kickoff in my other virtual party, or you decided to join me. And don't worry, if you qualify to enter that special party, then you can watch the replay. It'll be available immediately afterwards because it's Facebook. Okay, so great to have you here. Drop a line in the comments and tell me how your weekend was. My name is Genevieve Coe. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Markham, Ontario, Canada. And I am glad to be here with you. I love sharing my crafty inspiration online, in person, getting to know people, just being excited about all the wonderful things, whether it's new techniques, new product, all of that. I love sharing it, but mostly I love connecting with you and I love connecting with people. So lots of announcements happening. I'm probably going to forget some. So just always stay in touch with my social media, with my email news, or just shoot me a personal message and say, hey, what should I be knowing here? Because there's so much going on and I don't want you to miss out and I want you to be in the know. So as I do my stamping presentation later, I don't even like to call it a presentation, just stamping fun. That's why I'm stamping for fun. I may mention things that I've forgotten, but let me know if you can see everything. Good morning, Maureen. Okay, so first announcement tomorrow. If you got my email, you'll know tomorrow is the launch of all the new products. Holiday mini catalog, online exclusive, new kits. Okay, so that is a must know because they've got their warehouse all stocked up with new things, but it's super impossible to predict what's going to be popular, what's not. So I always encourage people to shop early, shop early, shop early. Now, as my email said, there is a new kit coming September 3rd. It's super cute. I don't know if you saw the picture of it. Let me see whether I have one. It's called the Heartfelt and Handmade Kit, and it just makes some adorable cards. It even has a box. Why do you want to buy this kit? You want to buy this kit, number one, because it's cute. Number two, you want to buy this kit because it is the feature product in our World Card Making Day event. So October 4th is World Card Making Day. So we got to celebrate. And so there's going to be a free virtual event for anybody. There's no charge. You can hop in and enjoy that virtual event. The registration goes live tomorrow. I don't think there'll be a limit to how many people can register because it's a virtual platform. Virtual platforms still have limits, but I'm not sure how that one works. But the product, if you want to craft along, will be the Heartfelt and Handmade Kit that is releasing tomorrow. So I have a feeling there's going to be a run on it because everybody wants to be prepared for World Card Making Day. So please buy the kit tomorrow if you want to do the craft along. Of course, if you don't want to craft along, you can still watch the 1 hour show. Is it 1 hour or 2 hours? I think it's only 1 hour show on October the 4th to learn crafting tips, to see the product, to see maybe sneak peeks. So that event is free for everybody. You don't have to have the kit to participate, but I can guarantee you'll probably watch it and then want to participate, and then you won't have the kit. So order it tomorrow. Other news, as I told you, we've got a VIP party going on Anybody who shopped with me in the past year or anyone who is a Team Stick Stamper has access to that group. Now, we had sort of this weird platform change thingy in the back office at Stamp It Up. So I have a feeling I didn't email everybody who qualified. Um, so if you shopped with me and you didn't get an email with that link, please, please, please message me because that party is awesome. There's going to be, I think, up to 14 presentations, all with new goodies from this this happy catalog and also some online exclusive stuff. So it's like having 14 mini classes for free in that party group. So if you didn't get an invitation, message me and I'll just make sure if I missed you, I super apologize. It's not intentional. It's just technology is not my strength. And when they change the platform, I don't know. The system I had didn't work anymore. So good morning, Erica. So if you want to get in on that party and you think you placed an order with me in the past year, that is not just attending a class and paying the class fee, but actually ordering our beautiful Stampin' Up! Product, then let me know and I'll give you the link so you can join the party, okay? Because all the classes start today. Now, if you haven't placed an order in the past year, then and you want to get in on the party so you don't miss out on the fun, there's chance for prizes, then all you have to do is place an order. Okay, so even if you place your order tomorrow with the start of the new catalog, I will let you into the group. Okay, so you can shop online. It's super easy to shop on my online store. You just go to stampinup.ca. Okay, so let me see if I can share my screen so that you know how to shop. Lots of beautiful things. Okay, so you're just going to want to go to stampinup.ca. Looks like this. You're going to make sure to put my name, okay? Because if it's not credited to me, then I can't let you into the party. Okay, so there we go. I also have special gifts going on. I'll talk a little more about that later, just for this week with the launch of the new products. And then you just shop. So it's stampinup.ca. I like to go to specials, so you can always check what the last chance products are. But I think all the new things will show under what's new. Okay, so they'll have some what's new products. You can also just hit the menu and hit shop products. Okay, so you can just take a look at everything. I'll just hit shop all so you can kind of see how it works there. Okay, so anything you want, you can enjoy, just add it to your cart and check out. It's very straightforward. But of course, if you don't want to shop online, of course, you can just message me. I am full service over here. So you can email me, message me. No worries about that. Okay, yesterday was September 1st, which was technically the deadline to register for my September events. But I didn't completely close off the registration form yesterday. I was still following up on some payments and things like that. So you've still got time to register. I'm thinking about Saturday's kickoff event. So I've got the virtual party for the online, or those of you who live too far away, but I've got an in-person event Saturday, September the 6th. It's going to be fun. I've rented out the church basement at Markham Baptist Church. I'm going to have my new product there. I'm going to have 3 make and takes using new product. I'm going to have snacks. I'm going to have a claw machine. My husband bought me a little claw machine. So there's games, there's chance to win prizes. It's going to be fun. So, my famous buy one, get one table will be set up. What I did yesterday with a helper is I priced all my retired product and I am getting rid of it. So this is an amazing offer for you. You can come in person to Markham, 9 a.m. Saturday morning. You just got to register so that I know you're coming so I can prepare the stamping projects for you. There'll be a tables, hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of merchandise will be on my table for you to pick and choose what you want. And how the BOGO works is whatever you choose, as long as you place an order of equal or more value. So say you pick up $50 worth of stuff off my table. Let's make it $75 because you'll hear why. Let's say you pick up $75 worth of stuff off my table. All you have to do is place an order with new product that is still available for at least $75. Now you do pay the minimum shipping and tax, but then you get all the stuff you picked up absolutely free. That's why it's called the BOGO. It's an amazing deal. I don't do it very often, so you're going to want to take advantage. If you want to register, the link is in the description. And then it says there's a cost of $15, but I refund that $15 if you place an order. Okay. So now why did I say $75? Because the other fun thing besides my fun claw machine, this is something I can offer to anybody, whether you live long distance or not. If your order is $75 or more, you will get to pick one of my scratch tickets. I have scratch tickets. Okay. And so everybody wins. Everybody wins. And, but I'll have a range of prizes, from, dimensionals all the way up to a bundle or maybe a suite. I'm not sure yet. So you can just pick your scratch ticket and then I'll mail it to you if you're long distance and you can scratch it and see what you win. So that is that. So those are some announcements, but there's other events coming up. Oh, my Life is Beautiful. Okay, Life is Beautiful. So Life is Beautiful is my scrapbooking class. All you have to do to participate in that is just buy this scrapbooking workshop kit. You can buy any scrapbooking workshop kit, but this is the one that I am featuring for my September class. You can join it virtually or online. The link for my classes is in the description, or you can use the link tree, which is on my screen there. So, oh, I should show you where to get there. Hang on, screen share again. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, let's screen share here. Okay, so when you're ready to shop, you just go to stampitup.ca, hit the menu, go to memory keeping, scrapbooking workshop kits. Okay, and so you can pick any kit you want, but the one that that I'm kind of going to be recommending is the Weekend Adventures one. Okay, so it's $51. If you purchase that, then you get to attend that class free. Now, you can't combine this class, like this order, with the $75. It has to be separate because this is kind of a class. But you can choose any scrapbooking workshop kit to join the class. Okay, so I would suggest you order that ASAP so that you can attend my class, that your kit will arrive in time, and get your memories done. I picked that one because I bet many of us were outdoors during the summer and have some memories on our phone. Maybe, maybe. So why don't you go ahead, get those memories preserved, and it's easy. I'll help you cut it, show you how to cut it, give you tips and tricks for scrapbooking. Okay, so who's ready to do some crafting and get some inspiration? I'm sure there's more I want to share, but we'll start with that because I know we got to get crafting. Hang on a sec. Someone's messaging me here. I hope there's not a crisis. Okay, no worries. Okay, tell me, guys, what did you do this past weekend? I had a busy weekend. I dropped my little guy off to university. Let me see whether I can get the tabletop a little bigger. Okay, does that work? Can you guys see the table? Okay, let's turn on a little bit of light. And then I'll see if I can, is there a shadow there? Sometimes there's a big shadow. Okay, let's see if we can get started. What are we going to play with today? So I wanted to jump right into Christmas. I'm not going to lie, but I thought, no, we can't just jump into Christmas right away because we have some beautiful autumn products being released tomorrow. Can you guys see that okay? Yeah, let me know okay, let me know if you can see that okay and hear me okay. So I thought I would pick this one. It's called Amber Autumn, and this is actually a mega bundle. I can't remember what the name of the bundle is, the mega suite, because if you get the whole suite, there's actually some designer series paper that coordinates and is really nice for fall. See how it's double-sided there? Okay, I've already been playing with that. There's this gorgeous foil paper, earthen toned metallic specialty paper. See that there? Whoa, it's like a mirror. It's so reflective. And there's actually some ribbon that coordinates with this suite as well. Okay, so this is a lovely fall suite if you want to do any crafting for Thanksgiving, or just people who have birthdays in September or October. This is a great set to get. So why don't I, and for those of you who are joining my special VIP party, we're going to have a presentation, so you're going to get to see lots of that. Okay, so let's just start. I'm going to have to start from scratch. I didn't prep my pieces, so please excuse me. But I've got some, this is actually what sold me on this set. The images are lovely, and I love that there's words. But the other thing that sold me on this set was this die right here. It actually kind of frames things with leaves. Sorry, I'm just banging it because when I have pieces in there, sometimes it helps when I kind of bang them out. Okay, so you can either pop them out with your Take Your Pick tool, or the other thing I do is I use the brush attachment for the Take Your Pick tool. Okay, so this tool is our little multi-purpose tool, and you can get different tips for your Take Your Pick tool so that it's kind of really multi-purpose there. You can tell I already used it, so I'm just trying to pop out these extra pieces, and it is a beautiful die. This is what actually sold me on the bundle, because I thought that could frame so many beautiful things. But of course, the coordinating dies have, the cutouts for the images. It's actually got some extra foliage in there, which is really nice. So, okay, let's move all that out of the way. And let's get our paper going. So I'm going to use Very Vanilla, which I think is great for the fall. So I'm going to cut, our cardstock is 8.5 by 11, but I'm going to cut it in half at the 5.5 inch mark. Okay, so that makes our card making really easy because each sheet of cardstock will give you 2 of every card. If you wanted to make 2 at a time, which I do recommend, because then you'll have one to keep as an example and one to mail and send away and bless others. Okay, so that is our card piece. I'm going to guard just an extra piece here because we're going to need that later. Okay, and then I can't resist. I absolutely must use this foil paper. It's so rich yet shiny. Let me pull that out. I'm going to share a little tip with you. As I was playing with this paper, okay, if you'd look, so I'm going to use this and die cut, okay? So one of the tips I wanted to show you, it's not going to really apply here, because what I'll do is I'll cut the piece that I want. I want it to be a layer on top of the card, so I'm just going to go 1/4 inch smaller. Bonjour Marie-Hélène, ça va? Bienvenue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it at 4 inches by 5.25 inches. Okay, so 5.25 inches. So, and I think this is 4 inches. Let's check. Yep. So can you see there that it just gives a nice little border? but I'm going to die cut it with this die. See? So I want to lay it right kind of in the middle to kind of create that border. So the die looks uninteresting, but I promise you when we cut it, it is such a wow effect. Now, what I'm going to do, I don't know if it's going to make my life a little harder, but I was going to attach an adhesive sheet on the back. I didn't do that in my sample, but I'm going to do that here because I am a big fan of adhesive sheets. If you don't have some, make sure you add it to your list to purchase. I'm going to cut it just slightly smaller than the size. So, 5.5 inches by 4 inches minus a hair. Okay. That's minus a 1/16 of an inch, something like that. Okay, so I'm going to adhere that on the back of this cardstock. Okay, what does this do? The adhesive sheet, what it does is it turns your die cut into a sticker. Okay, so the adhesive sheets are very sticky. Okay, I'm just peeling that off. And I'm going to stick it on the back here. Oh, I didn't really line it up too well, but that's okay. It's not really a huge crisis. Okay, there we go. So we've got this on the back. Now I'm going to, but it's so sticky when it gets on your hands. That's why I try not to touch it. Okay, so I'm going to put this die right on here. And let's cut. Okay. And this cut and emboss machine is like a press. So all I have to do is put my paper with my die on top, make kind of a sandwich with the cutting pads. Okay. And then I'm going to roll it. So it's completely manual. What I love about it, I know this sounds crazy, but if we ever have a power outage, I can still craft by candlelight if I want. Or the other thing is it doesn't feel like it's a computer or electronic device or anything like that. Anybody can roll this through. A child can roll it through. You do need a little bit of muscle strength, but okay. So what I did there is I just die cut it. Maybe I should have done it twice because I had the extra layer of the adhesive sheet. But let's try it and see. Oh, Diane's saying I'm talented. I am not talented. I tell you, there's so many ideas on the internet that I get inspiration from, and the Stampin' Up! Product makes it so easy. So there you go. Okay, so I've peeled it off. Okay, and then now I'm just going to try to get out all these extra pieces. See that? You just kind of pop them out here. Okay, we'll get them out. Sometimes if you wiggle it, it works. Okay, see how it's creating that beautiful fall frame. Can you imagine? You could do a home decor item, something like that. And this is stunning with this foil paper. Okay, so I have another announcement, by the way, which I said I was going, if you guys read my newsletter. So I told you about the special tickets with your order of $75 or more this week only, because it's exciting when we have new things coming out. Okay, my table is full of scraps. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to clean up my scraps. Don't die. I know I'm not the best at cleaning up, but I have been doing so much crafting lately. I've got these little scraps everywhere. Okay, so the other announcement I want to make is I recently connected with someone in our neighborhood who is, she's from Romania. She was a doctor back in Romania, but now she works in as a case manager in Canada, but she was a doctor back in Romania, and she did breast surgeries, like breast cancer surgeries. And when she came to Canada, she found it so shocking when she went to the doctor that they did not regularly do breast self-examinations. And so I'm still popping out these little pieces. So she really wants to just share with women how you can do your own breast self-examination. Obviously, it's something that we can all learn to do. And, if it can help or help with early detection, why not, right? Like, I think we got to have that woman power and start to take care and do what we can. So I talked to her, and she would be willing to share with us how, her tips for learning how to do your own breast self-examination, to check for any irregularities and things. And so what I thought I would do, because if you watched my video last week, you saw that we have a special stamp set specifically. It's a product give back stamp set. There you go. Once you peel that off, it's a sticker now. Okay. So these little pieces. Okay. And look at that gorgeous frame. If I wanted to, I could a lot of the pieces came off when I peeled off the backing, but we could certainly pop out a few more if we wanted to. And did you know October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month? So what I thought is, if you've got a group of friends that would like to learn, we will do a private event for you, either virtually or in person. I do always prefer in person, and I will drive to where you are, as long as it's reasonable. I mean, I live in Ontario, so I can't really drive to Vancouver, but I will do a class using that Love and Courage stamp set that I showed last week. Everybody will make 3 cards, and we'll also hear from Catalina. Her name's Catalina, and she will teach and give some tips around breast self-examination. Okay, and everybody who participates, part of our little private event will also include a donation to the Cancer Society. So how about that? All you have to do is just let me know. I do have some dates when both Catalina and I are available, and we can do that private event for you. Okay, so that's something new that I'm offering. And I just think it would be a great get together with your girlfriends if you're kind of welcoming in fall or just want to do something together and make a difference while you're doing it. Then let me know, and I will happily arrange that. Look at that. Aren't you happy? I am happy. I am so happy. Okay, so, and we're not even done our card yet. So let's cut out another piece that we'll need. Now, I noticed that my cut and emboss machine, the plates have all these marks on it because I'm constantly cutting on it. So, but with the foil paper, I don't know if you can see, with the plate on it, it kind of gives, you can kind of see the cut marks. So if you don't want to see the cut marks or make them so pronounced, this one already has it. All you have to do is just put like a thin piece of copy paper. I don't have one right here, but you can just put a piece of copy paper so that it doesn't get the mark on it. Okay, so that's just a little tip I wanted to share with you when you're working with foil paper, because when I did it and I saw all those cut marks on my foil, that kind of irritated me. Okay, so I think I discovered that if you put a bit of copy paper here, let's cut it. Then hopefully, see how smooth and unblemished it is before. So let's see, let's try it now. And then that will help. The other thing you can do is use a cutting pad that actually is probably what I should do. is get a cutting pad. There you go. Get a cutting pad that doesn't have the cut marks in it yet. Okay, so that's another option. I should probably actually do that. So keep one that doesn't get cut and then one on the bottom that has the cut marks. But the other thing you can do if you don't have the cutting pads is you can just, it's always good to get new cutting pads anyway. You can just put a piece of copy paper on top so that it doesn't, this doesn't sit up right against the one with all the cut marks. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's cut a piece here. I want to use the Nested Essential dies. I think they are still available. Okay, so I'm going to use the Nested Essential dies. I think it's this one. All these different shapes are great. Okay, so let's see. This is, let's see if we can. Oh, I might be cutting it close there. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, move this here. Let's bring our cut and emboss machine back up. Whoa. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. And we'll put the cut piece at the bottom. Okay. Put our paper here. Okay. And this one that doesn't have all the cutting marks, we'll put that on top. Okay. There we go. And then that will help keep it a little bit smoother. Okay. And then we've got this lovely shape here. You see the stitching on the side? Okay, so there you go, Diane. It's not talent. It's just rolling it through with the little machine. It's the tools that make the magic, not me. Okay, so I think this will look nice here. I'll put my die away so I don't lose it. Okay, and then there we go. And then I just wanted to put a little piece across here just to give something behind. So why don't I grab a little bit of this paper? I think maybe I'll use this nice Mossy Meadow piece. Okay, and I'm just going to cut it maybe at 1/2 inch there or so. So pretty, right? I don't know whether I want 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch. Let's try 3/4. Okay, that's nice. And then we'll maybe do 5 inches across. Okay, where's our card? Okay, so this will go across here. Put that up there. And then we just need our focal point. So let's grab our stamp set. Okay, maybe something like that. Doesn't this just speak fall? Here in Markham, we've got the Markham Festival. So this kind of reminds me, the Markham Fair. Sorry, not Markham Festival, Markham Fair. Is this big enough? No, I'm just going to use an E block. Okay, and then I am going to stamp it in Early Espresso. Nice dark, rich color there. Nice neutral color. You can't go wrong with a dark brown. I think that's a great color to add to your collection if you don't have it yet. Okay, look at the detail in that stamp. Isn't that great? Again, not talent, just the right tools and products. Okay, so then let's close that up. We'll just do a little bit of coloring. So what have I got here? I've got some dark Timid Tiger, light Timid Tiger. So let's color those up. And again, we don't have to be perfect with our coloring. So just a reminder, I know I said last week, but our water-based markers are retiring. So last chance if you like the water-based markers. There are some benefits to water-based markers. But I think everybody's been using the blends like I am right here, these alcohol-based markers, because it just gives such a nice finish when you're coloring. Water-based markers aren't great for coloring, but what they are great for is getting different ink colors onto your stamp, and they're also great for journaling and for writing the message inside the card. Okay, so we'll just, even if I leave some little white spots, it's not the end of the world. I'm just adding some color here. We have a brush tip, and then we also have a kind of a bullet tip. So I'm using the brush tip here. I do find I have a little less control, but it allows me to kind of add that brush, add on that color fairly quickly. But again, I'm not an artist at all, no fine art training, so it's not going to be like rocket science over here. So now I'm just using the bullet tip to fill in any parts that I missed. Okay, and then I can use the dark one, and I'm just following the shading that's already there. Okay, so it just adds a little definition to the color. I'll hold it up so you can see. I don't know. You probably can't see me really coloring here, but. Do you see that? So the dark and the light together help give some really nice shading. So these are one of the new in colors, Timid Tiger. I'm also going to grab the Darling Duckling. It's a nice fall color. And I'm just going to do the corn, I think, here. So I'll do it with the light. And you can see on the ends, there's the bigger line for the brush tip and the thinner line for the bullet tip. So since this is a smaller area, I'm going to use the bullet tip on the corn. And on our gourd here, our little squash. Okay. And then I can use the dark one to add a little bit of extra color, a little extra shading. Okay, if it's not perfect, it's okay. Adding a little color to these wheat pieces here. Okay. And then I'll grab some Mossy Meadow. This is how we matchy-matchy. And color in some of the leaves. Okay. This is pretty calming when we add some color. Now, I'm not doing perfect justice here, but okay, I'm just going to add a little bits of color. Okay. Great. Good enough. And then, of course, there's a coordinating die. So let's use the die. And we can cut that out. Okay. I'm just using my mini one since it's right here and easy to access. Cut that. And then we'll finish off our card What do you guys think? How many of you could see yourself giving this to, oops, let me get this going the right direction here. Who would you give this to? Would you give it as a Thanksgiving card? A friend? I think this would even be nice for like a fall wedding. I got to start making more different kinds of cards because I do so many thank you and thinking of you cards. That's kind of what I make. But the other day, someone asked me if I had any wedding cards. I was like, wedding cards? I haven't been to a wedding in eons. Okay, there you go. Go. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm feeling happy. My card's coming together. And just like that, maybe what I'll do just to give a little interest, I'm just going to angle the ends a bit just to give a little more interest. Then we will stick that on. So did you notice how the adhesive sheet, although it was a little finicky, it's great because I didn't have to add any extra glue. There's no glue leaking out anywhere, just stuck right on. And then we'll take the designer series paper and have that going across the middle there. And then we'll pop that up because you can never have too many dimensionals. Give a little height. Okay. And same thing here. We'll just put a few dimensionals on the back. Okay. There we go. Okay, so that is the finished card. I don't know. We might do this for lunch, laugh, and craft. I'm not really sure. Anyway, I took time to play this weekend, and this is what came out. And we may even stamp something on the inside. So I'm going to do the blessed to have you in my life. Now with our rubber stamps, actually Stampin' Up! Has announced that they are eventually phasing out the rubber stamps because they've been having trouble getting the materials, the raw materials to create the rubber stamps. But one of the things that I found with rubber stamps is sometimes you get ring around the stamp when you stamp and you kind of get this ring around. And so what I did is I've got, in the olden days, we used to have to cut our own stamps, cut our own rubber stamps. So I still had the rubber trimming scissors and I just trimmed the rubber closer to the image, and that eliminates the ring around the stamp. So just thought I'd give you that little tip in case you have had trouble with that. So you got a couple tips today. You got the tip about how to use metallic paper to not get the cutting marks on it, and you got the tip of trimming your rubber stamps to try to avoid ring around the stamp. Okay. There you go. Okay, so if you don't know what ring around the stamp is, I'll show you. See, because the first time I did this card, I got ring around the stamp and I was like, oh, I need to trim the rubber. So there's the difference. Okay, well, I probably talked a lot today, but that's because there's so much to talk about. So many things happening, coming down the pipe, and I don't want you to miss out. And please reach out to me to book your own private class, whether you want to do the cancer fundraiser in the month of August to support cancer research and support survivors there, or if you want to attend any of my classes, make sure to click the link because I have ones that are good for long distance. I've got my retreat in a box. I've got lunch, laugh, and craft. There's only a few spots left for that. And then don't forget my kickoff this Saturday. Okay, so I'm sure there'll be an email coming out tomorrow, hopefully, if I can have time to do that. Just telling you and reminding you about the kickoff for all our new products coming tomorrow. Okay. Have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry I was a little late and went a little long, but I think the card was worth it. I'm so happy with what I made. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.